Hello, hello everybody. Good morning and welcome to my YouTube channel. This morning I'll be discussing a very important topic, which I believe will be very useful for everybody in the professional construction, professional work or industry. Not only the professionals in the construction industry, for everybody that are dealing with contracts, and also for students who are taking one or two courses that are relating to contract law, construction law, and the likes. So a lot of episodes will be delivered weekly. But today, we are going to be looking at the distinction, the differences between offer and invitation to treat. So, this topic is very important because a lot of people find the topic very confusing. So, and it is very important to differentiate between the two because it determines enforceability of a contract. So once you get it wrong, the enforceability of a contract will be at stake. And as you know, if a contract is not enforceable, then such a contract does not hold water at the court of law. So getting the difference between offer and invitation to treat right is germane. So what is an offer and what is an invitation to treat? We are going to look at that. How can you distinguish between an offer and an invitation to treat? What are the elements that you need to look into for you to determine whether an offer is an effective offer or not? That is, what are the elements that makes an offer to be deemed an effective offer? So we are going to look at what is invitation to treat and what are examples of invitation to treat, so that you will not be making that mistake again of thinking an invitation to treat is an offer. So because once you think an invitation to treat is an offer, then you will think you've entered into a contract, whereas what you are actually doing is not enable in court of law and it is not an offer. So what is an offer? An offer is a proposal that is made by one party to another party, that when the other party accepts will become binding on the party making such a proposal. What do I mean? An offer will have a specific term and condition, and it will be made by one party to another party. And when such terms and conditions are accepted by the other party, then the proposal being made by that party will bind that party. So an offer, when it is accepted, will lead to contract. So that is what you need to first and foremost understand. An offer, when accepted, will lead to contract, and it will be binding. Now, having understood what an offer is, what are the elements that make an offer to be an effective offer? Number one, and an important element that an offer must have is there must be an intention on the part of the person making the offer to be bound. That's an intention to be legally bound by that offer. That intention must be there. Intention to be legally bound by that offer. That's the number one thing, element that must be present before an offer can be an effective offer. Number two element that must be present is that there must be specific term and condition. That is, the offer that is being made, the proposal that is being made must be specific. It must be precise. It must not be ambiguous or being subjected to many interpretation. That is, there must be specific. It must be specific. That is another element that must be present in an offer. Before an offer can be deemed to be an effective offer. And number three element that must be present in an offer is that there must be communication between an offeror, that is the person making the offer, and the offeree, the person to whom the offer is being made. That is, there must be communication. The offer must be communicated to the offeree. So, because before an offer can be deemed to become a contract, it must be accepted. How would it be accepted if it is not communicated to the offeree? So it must be communicated to the other party. So those three elements are very important before an offer can be deemed to be an effective offer. So we are going to look at the different ways by which an offer can be made. But before we go to that, let us look at what an invitation to treat is, and we differentiate between the two. What is an invitation to treat? An invitation to treat is a pre-contract communication or call to negotiate that an agreement or a contract is about to be made. So it is like a pre-contract communication to negotiate an agreement or to negotiate a contract. So, but a lot of people they mistake or misconstrue an invitation to treat to be an offer. For example, before a contract is awarded, there is usually a tender call for a bid for the contract, so which is called tendering. So a lot of contractors will be invited via advertisement to bid for a contract. So that is an invitation to treat. During that tendering, a lot of contractors will submit their proposal. The mere fact that a contractor submits a proposal does not mean that there is an offer. Not until when the proposal is looked into, and a lot of communications will be made, a lot of negotiations will be made. All those activities whereby negotiations to enter into an agreement is made, all those are called invitation to treat. So it is not an offer. So it is when the specific terms and conditions have been made, and they are going to agree on what the contract will consist of, then there will be an acceptance. Then that's when we can say that an offer has been made. But all those pre-contract activities, all those pre-contract arrangements to agree on contract, it is not an offer. It is just an invitation to treat. buttress my point, I'm going to look and give some examples of an invitation to treat. What are examples of invitation to treat? Examples of invitation to treat are the advertisements in magazines or newspapers. It's an example of invitation to treat. So another example is, when a company, when they display their price leak, the catalog of their prices of their material. For example, a building material company, when they display in catalog the price list of their materials, it is just an invitation to trade. The mere fact that they say that, okay, this is how much I'm selling this reinforcement, I'm selling this cement and the likes in their price catalog, it doesn't mean that they have made an offer, because it is still subject to negotiation. So you can negotiate the price. So that is an invitation to trade. Another example is, display of goods in supermarkets with the price tag. So that's an invitation to trade, and a lot of examples of invitation to trade. So I believe we've been able to differentiate between an invitation to trade and an offer. So I believe that with that, an invitation to treat has been differentiated from offer. Before I end this episode, I'm going to quickly look at a case law to differentiate between offer and invitation to treat. The case law is Khalil versus Carbolic Smoke Ball Company. It's an English case law whereby the company, Carbolic Smoke Ball Company, made an advertisement that anybody there bought their smoke ball and caught flu will be given £100 if the smoke ball is consumed as instructed. Kali bought this smoke ball, used it as instructed, and still caught flu. He sued them to recover £100 as they have said, and the company said that what they did is just an invitation to treat and not an offer. Their arguments did not hold water, as the court held that what they did was a unilateral offer made to the prospective buyers, because the mere fact that they have made an effort to even deposit that £100 that they promised any buyer that caught flu in a bank is an action on their part that they are intended to be bound by the contract. So they cannot say that it is an invitation to treat, but a unilateral offer, and that's what the court held. So I believe I've been able to differentiate between an offer and an invitation to treat. So I implore you to follow my YouTube channel. We have an interesting episode.